Hey buddy, what's going on? I'm just gonna show you how to play real quick. I know it seems a little overwhelming, but man, it's fucking awesome. Here's my current game. I'm 1940, and I'm trying to go up the boot to knock out Italy. The German Reich took France. It took all the lowland countries. It's about to take Denmark, and now Japan is also trying to attack me. So yeah, it's not easy, but I can teach you how to play 15, 20 minutes. All right, so here it is. This is your like government screen, so where you can control different government things. It costs political power to change your government. This is your political power menu right here. You get varying amounts of political power every month, depending on different things, and you can use it to change the laws. This is the conscription law. It affects how many people you get in your army. That's manpower. I'll talk about that in a sec. This affects your trade. This affects your economy, which is like factories and stuff. We'll talk about that. And then you can have various other advisors that do different things. And you'll learn about the different like modifiers as you go on. You can actually hire these different companies. They reduce trade time. Like I've got the Ford Motor Corporation, which reduces my research time for all kind of trucks and stuff like that. So that's useful. And then you can get military staff that give your military various bonuses. So that's what you do in this first menu here. The next menu is the research tree. The research tree seems kind of massive, but don't be scared. It just breaks down into infantry, support battalions, armor, artillery. This is like general boosts for your army. This is the ships, air, engineering gives you like economic, industrial boosts. Okay, so these years right here are to tell you when it is appropriate to research it. Like, for example, I'm in 1940 now. If I try to research this 1943 tech, it's going to be really, really slow. You see it says 670 days there. That's because it's 2.25 years ahead of time. So you want to research stuff that's in the correct time unless you really, really need something. And then you can rush it, but you're going to be rushing it at a cost, right? So these are all the techs, and you can pore over these details of the different like types of tanks and stuff. This is would be an upgrade for me right now. I don't actually have this one, so I probably need to go ahead and get that. That's a nice medium-sized tank. You probably know more about that kind of business than I do, but I mean, you upgrade your units as you go through the game, just like any other strategy game, and then you can also give them various bonuses and stuff. Diplomacy screen, you don't really use this much, but you can see the opinions of people. You can see how well you regard other countries and how well other countries regard you. This can be useful for trade or seeing just who hates your guts and who's going to probably declare war on you and things like that. This is the trade menu. So you have these 6 resources, right? And unlike other games, you can actually still build everything even if you don't have any resources. However, your resource shortages are going to make your production slow down a lot. So ideally, you're going to want to trade for the things you need. So you can see I'm actually trading for quite a lot of aluminum right now. I'm getting some rubber from the UK. I think I have my tungsten covered and most of the other stuff covered. I'm getting a little bit of chromium from United Kingdom. And this just makes sure you don't like run out of stuff because that slows down your war machine. So you want to make sure you have all those resources. And then there'll be a pop-up. By the way, this is important. These pop-ups that drop down from the top basically tell you what to do. Okay, so something will drop down and say, here's who I'm at war with right now. Here's something saying that I have airplanes in reserve and I need to put them onto the front line. This is resistance. That's happening over here because I took over Sicily and now they're trying to cause me some problems because they don't like Americans. All right, so here's construction. Construction is where you build all your domestic buildings. Now, the speed of your construction is determined by civilian factories. So you can build a civilian factory here in Nebraska. That's going to improve the time that you build anything that's in this menu. You can also build military factories, which are going to be building all your ships and tanks and planes. Naval dockyards to build your navy, and then this other stuff I haven't really got to yet, but it's basic stuff. Anti-air infrastructure lets your units move faster. Airbase lets you store more airplanes there. You got fortresses. You can actually convert civilian to military and so forth, and there's some modifiers for all this. Now when you trade away stuff, you're actually trading away your civilian factories. So just so you know, when you trade away those civilian factories, you can't use them anymore. So say I need some oil, well, I'm going to trade 8 of my civilian factories to France in order for me to get the oil I need, and I can't use those civilian factories to build stuff in the construction menu. Okay, now we have production. this is where you build all your tanks and weapons and supplies and stuff like that. I know it seems really complicated because, well, I've built all these different production lines up over the course of my game, but you'll start with just a few. Okay, so like infantry weapons, all of your infantry need weapons in order to be able to function, productively, so you want to make sure that they're well supplied with that. You can see I've got my army filled with most everything. I am, however, short on tactical bombers. This is because I had a big fight in the Mediterranean Sea, and a bunch of my tactical bombers were killed, or destroyed rather, and so I need these to replace the ones that I lost. And the game does that for you automatically. You can see it says, well, actually, this is actually not from a fight. It's from the fact that I upgraded these planes. I upgraded the planes, and it's going to manufacture these and replace the old ones with it. But sometimes when you have a fight and you lose your units, it'll also go ahead and reinforce. All right, so now keep in mind also that this is your production efficiency, and the longer you have the same thing being built, the higher your production efficiency goes. It ticks up kind of over time. And if you try to switch to a new machine or something, it'll drop. Also, if you add factories, it'll drop. Also, if you switch to another version of your current machine, it'll drop. Okay, so it has various amounts that it drops based on different things. You come in here, you choose what you want, and then you put it on production line, and the game calculates how many military factories you have, and then you can add each factory to say how fast something's going to build. Okay, and here's your deployment screen. Your units will fill up with all the supplies they need, and once they're full, they will start training, and it takes about 100 days to train. But the good news is you can pretty much train as many things simultaneously as you want, as long as you have the supplies and the manpower. This is your manpower. It shows how many active people can be recruited into your army. So if you have enough of that, then it's really fast to recruit a lot of stuff at once, okay? By the way, your number of factories is right up here. This is your logistics screen. It shows you what you don't have enough of. So, for example, I have enough of pretty much everything, but I'm starting to run out of towed anti-air guns, so I might need to start a manufacturing line for that. Everything else I'm quite good with right now, so we don't really have to worry too much about anything in particular. I would like more more fighters. So you can see I only have 200 fighters. That's really not enough for this huge war that I'm in, so that's why I've got so many people, or so many factories rather, doing my fighters. In fact, I've got 2 lines fully stocked with factories building fighters, because I'm really trying to take it to I'm trying to get air superiority over here in Italy, because I'm actually trying to take Rome here, which I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but I'm trying. And these are different experience points. You get Army experience, Navy experience, air experience. You get these from events, from doctrines, and also from just fighting, right? So Army experience can be used in a pretty cool way. You can actually design the kind of, let's see where this is here. Let's take a look at one of my divisions, okay? This is an army. It's made up of divisions. You can see I've got 7 here. They're under Douglas MacArthur, Mr. Corncob Pipe there. And here's a template for my division. This is just one division. I've got support artillery, which gives me some bonuses, and an engineer company, which gives me some bonuses. Here's all their equipment and stuff like this, okay? So when I go to my recruit and deploy screen, I can actually edit that if I want to. Say I want to add another unit of artillery. That's going to cost me 5 army experience, and it'll automatically send new artillery to all the divisions that are supplied, okay? That costs 5 experience. I'm going to go ahead and do that just to show you. Now, as far as the Army and Navy experience, in fact, I really need to use it. I haven't been using it nearly enough because, I'm kind of new to this too. But here's my Portland-class heavy cruiser, right? So I can actually create a variant of it. Now I can use my experience points to just give it a boost to different things. I can enhance the gun, I can enhance the engine, I can enhance the armor. That's a little bit too expensive. Let's just do, for 135, we'll increase the engine and the gun. Boom. Okay, so that also, well, under normal circumstances, if I was doing that to a plane, like, for example, strategic bomber here. If I was doing that to a plane, let's give it more reliability. And all these stats you'll learn as you go. See, it actually dropped my efficiency because I changed the layout of the plane. But that's how you use that stuff. over here's the timer. You should probably play on slower at first until you get used to things. It's a lot of pausing and unpausing that happens in this game. I like to play really slow, but if you get to a point where things are not really... Okay, see, there's a research done right there, so I'll just show you. My resource gain efficiency, that's like how much rubber and steel and all that I get from my different places where it's created. I'd love to grab this tech, but it's a little bit early. It's actually only a quarter of a year ahead of time, so it's going to be like 18 more days. But this is a really important tech because it makes all my factories produce more. And it also allows me to have more factories in a state. So I'm going to go ahead and research that. Okay, this here is the world tension. When you first start off the game, there's not going to be any world tension, and it ratchets up all the way until the war kicks off. So that actually affects what you can do and what you can't do. If there's no tension, it's really hard to attack people and stuff like that. So as tension goes up, the world becomes a bit more insane, and you're able to do a lot more stuff. There are also battle plans and stuff, but you know, we'll get into that probably in another video or when I talk to you. So just that is the basic stuff. So get started and let me know how it goes. Thanks.